Welcome to the presentation of our digital service prototype, which we developed within the Digital Service Design Seminar. The seminar took place in cooperation with EnBW, and our topic was trustworthiness in artificial intelligence from the business perspective. Our interview results showed that there is no common definition regarding what trustworthiness in AI means for EnBW. This could lead to misunderstandings, which is why we created a digital service for participatory definition making and interactive definition learning to create a common understanding of trustworthiness in AI. We decided for a participatory approach to make people think about the topic and to achieve a higher support for the definition. Our digital service consists of prototypes for 2 web apps which correspond to 2 processes. During the bottom-up process, a certain number of employees is selected to help in finding an EnBW-specific definition of trustworthiness in AI. Therefore, we developed a prototype for a web app called Swipe2Define. Once an EnBW-specific definition of trustworthiness in AI has been created, our Swipe2Learn web app intends to help all employees to learn the definition by means of examples. Let's have a look at the prototypes. Welcome to our Swipe2Define web app. In the first screen, the app shows the user what to expect. More precisely, it is written that the user is involved in determining an EnBW-specific definition of trustworthiness in AI. Furthermore, the process steps are shown. In the second screen, the user is asked to formulate his understanding of trustworthiness in AI in the context of EnBW. Only if he types in his definition, he can further proceed in the process. Afterwards, the user has to wait until our digital service has collected enough definitions or until a certain time has passed. The idea is that the user can close the digital service and is reminded via email with a link when he can continue with the process. In this case, the next step is that the selected employees rate the definitions which were handed in. Therefore, instructions are shown in this screen. The user has 3 options for rating a definition. Firstly, he can say that he doesn't like a definition by clicking on the red cross. Secondly, he can click on the green heart to indicate that he likes a definition. And thirdly, he can click on the blue star, which means that he really likes the definition. Now let's start with the rating. Okay, for this definition we say that we like it. And for this definition we think that it is a great one. Now the user has to wait again until the ratings of the other users have been handed in. As before, the idea is that the user can close the digital service in the meanwhile and will receive an email when the results are available. If this is the case, the user can open our digital service again via a link. Our digital service shows the top 3 definitions. The idea is that a central position within EnBW takes the top 3 definitions and definitions from other sources to derive an EnBW-specific definition of trustworthiness in AI. If this has happened, the user is reminded via email and the definition is shown in our digital service.
Welcome to our Swipe2Learn app. In this app, users can learn the definition of trustworthiness in AI, which was developed with the support of the Swipe2Define app. In the first step, we give the users an introduction to what will happen next. First, we want to show the users the definition of trustworthiness in AI. Second, the users can learn this definition through examples. On the second screen, the users can read the definition of trustworthiness in AI and can realize what it means in the context of EnBW. On the next screen, we give the users an introduction how to evaluate the examples. By clicking on the green heart, the users have the opinion that the definition of trustworthiness in AI is in the example fulfilled. By clicking on the red X, the users have the opinion that the definition of trustworthiness in AI is in the example not fulfilled. On the next screen, the concrete example appears, which the users have to evaluate. If the users are unsure about the definition of trustworthiness in AI, they can display it again by clicking on Show Definition. After voting, the users get feedback whether their answer was correct or not. In addition, we are showing the users based off stick points from the definition what especially in the example is fulfilled or not fulfilled. After voting on the first example, more examples appear, where the users can vote whether the definition of trustworthiness in AI in the example is fulfilled or not. After all examples have been voted, we thank the users for participating. Furthermore, we provide a contact person in case the users have further questions regarding trustworthiness in AI.